Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching a clip from the Sideline podcast. If you're interested in watching the full show, head over to Spotify and whilst you're there, leave a 5-star review. It would be very much appreciated. But for now, enjoy this little segment. I just love debates, man. I think, some people, this is a problem we have in debates on Twitter. It turns into an argument and then death threats.
It turns nasty and stuff.
Yeah, I love people showing their opinions. I like having the debate. Like, you've convinced my mind. I've convinced yours and Declan Rice. But
no, you haven't.
But let's see whether we can not change each other's mind on these teams. But
let's see if we can agree on which team would win without being biased.
Yes.
Right. So I get first pick. It has to be a goalkeeper. My goalkeeper, mainly because height doesn't matter. It's 5-a-side goals. So I'm going to go with Iker Casillas, and he's great with his feet. You can't have him now.
I dislike you, man. I dislike you.
So you don't have to go goalkeeper. Again, I'm thinking realistically, so I went with quite a short goalkeeper and a goalkeeper who's good with his feet, but is also a ridiculous shot stopper. Casillas wasn't great off corners, but that doesn't matter.
Funny you say that. To me, that sounds like Jordan Pickford.
Oh, you're actually going Jordan Pickford at all time.
I'm not going to go Jordan Pickford. Goalkeeper. Jesus Christ. There's been... Do you know what? I will take... I'll take Schmeichel.
Which one? Peter?
Yes.
To be fair, better shot stopper than Casillas, but not as good with his feet.
See, it were between two. There were Peter Schmeichel.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I'm not going to lie, we're going to go Donnarumma. Just because he's tall, don't really need to dive in net.
Yeah, but tall's not great for 5-a-side because it takes him longer to get down and the goals are wide.
Like, he don't have to get down. He just have to put his leg out and he's stopped.
See, I thought you might have went Buffon.
He were in for contention, but
Buffon, unbelievable goalkeeper.
Oliver Kahn was also there, but yeah.
You've got Schmeichel and Casillas. Peter Schmeichel, that is.
Yep.
Goalkeeper. Right, you get first pick for defender, and I can't pick whoever you pick here.
I'm glad you've let me go first, because I know you're a massive fan of him. Paolo Maldini. Reasoning, okay, I think it's justified. He can play centrally, and he can play out wide. So if I need him to go down the flanks as a fullback, he can do that. If I need him to stay in front of... I've got Casillas written down, but if I need him to go in front of Schmeichel, he'll do that. So for me, Maldini, thank you very much.
I'm absolutely good.
Enjoy Michael Keane at centre-half.
Right, are you only picking one defender?
Yeah, I've gone with a very offensive formation.
Right, so I'm gonna reel off. There's two people I have in contention. One, because he was incredible. He's like one of the first centre-halves. Well, not one of the first, because you've got old centre-halves from like 80s and 70s. But one of the ones I saw who won a Ballon d'Or, Cannavaro's in my mind.
Good shout.
Great with the ball and one-on-one defensively great. Again, not the tallest centre-half, but again, 5-a-side, you don't need to be tall. But I need an elite mentality in this team, and Cannavaro has an elite mentality. Nothing against Cannavaro, he's one of my favourite centre-halves of all time. But this guy, there's a video of him playing paddle in Spain, and he literally runs through the glass to try and get to the ball. So I need this type of mentality. I think he's going to be my captain, but he has the greatest will to win I've ever seen in my lifetime.
It's getting a great build-up.
Carlos Puyol.
Unbelievable. Yeah, great shout.
He will do anything to win this game, and he will not let the midfielders in front of him not track back. He will literally be screaming at them. So I love Cannavaro, only centre-half to ever win a Ballon d'Or, but I've got to go with Puyol because his mentality is going to be just... I need that mentality in my team. Have you seen that video about it where he runs through glass to get to a paddle shot? Like, wow, competitive. So yeah, Puyol, my centre-half. Yours is unfortunately Maldini, who is a goat, but Puyol...
Two incredible and loyal centre-halves, by the way. Mm-hmm. So, that's centre-half. Obviously, you...
First midfielder?
Yeah, you're everyone.
Then you get second one. So my first midfielder... Oh, I'm going to go... You know what? I'm going to play him centre midfield because I feel like my justification is that I've got Puyol. Like, he's not going to venture forward. Okay. Maldini might venture forward because he used to play left back sometimes. My first centre midfielder isn't really a centre midfielder, but I'm going to play him as a centre midfielder. Ronaldinho. He's not going to track back, but I need Ronaldinho. He is in my opinion, the most skillful player to ever live in terms of
hate
tricks.
this game.
He would entertain no matter what, whether I win or lose this game of five-a-side. He will have the standout moment. So I'm playing Ronaldinho as like a central player.
Right, so I'll get my midfielder out of the way first because I'm going with a
Are you playing two central midfielders or one?
one. I've gone 1-1-2.
Right, well, you get one centre midfielder, and then you get the first forward, and then I'll get my centre midfielder, and then you go back to a forward because I got first pick with goalkeeper.
But my midfielder, it's a bit of a controversial one, depending on the amount of incredible midfielders you've got.
Thomas
I've
Grafferson.
got incredible, by the way. He was close second, but
Only
his ability going forward, his ability defending, Maldini behind him. Two of the attackers, one unfortunately not being able to stay in the team, thanks to Kev, but. I've actually gone Busquets.
Busquets?
Why? I just think he is criminally
any player in history, and you went Busquets.
Incredible. Absolutely, like the things he can do is intelligent. Imagine him on 11-a-side pitch. His intelligence is incredible. Imagine him on a 5-a-side pitch. Like it's just he's not like a camera player. He won't do stuff just for camera. He ain't a Ramsdale. I know he's not a goalkeeper, but like he will do stuff that's going to win him games. If you ever watch football and you've ever watched Barcelona, you will understand exactly what I'm about. Just his intelligence, his ability to go forward, besides having a disadvantage of pace in nowadays football, his defensive work rate is incredible. His leadership, his loyalty. I just think he's one of the most severely underrated defensive midfielders.
No, I mean he's a great player. Like honestly, I agree in terms of what he does for the team is just unbelievable. And again, he's not like a Declan Rice where he just goes sideways and backwards. He can pass forward, and he's incredible at looking after the ball. And his intelligence in terms of positioning is definitely up there. But
Funny you say that. Declan Rice is next.
Better not be. Otherwise, I'm about to throw this microphone out the window. But I mean, you could have had like I'm thinking of players. I mean, I'm not picking these either. But I've got Ronaldinho. But that's why. But like you got like Zidane. Pirlo, Gattuso.
So I get that, but because I've gone with a very offensive formation, I just thought I'd have that little bit of solidity in defence, but can offer, and especially obviously I'll give it away because I've showed my reaction. I was going to have Ronaldinho, and my role was him is that he's going to drop back, get the ball off Busquets, and move forward with it.
Yeah, but I've got Ronaldinho.
Yeah, that was the link between the transition play, but unfortunately I may have to change. Well, I am going to have to change things up now. But yeah, Busquets is going in for me. Incredible. So underrated. But so first attacker.
Yeah, go on, man.
So I'll get the first one out of the way that obviously I can keep. I've gone with Ronaldo and the Brazilian Ronaldo.
Oh.
He is just, what can't this bloke do besides stay fit? He is incredible. His footwork, finishing, intelligence, work rate is Brazilian. What else do you need?
He's the best striker to have
absolutely ever lived. Incredible.
Best striker to have ever lived.
And I want the R9 with the little triangle haircut. That's exactly the R9 I want.
He was only on one knee then.
They're still incredible. Still could outplay most strikers and centre halves in this day and age.
I have a midfielder alongside Ronaldinho. Again, they're both quite offensive, but I've got Puyol. Like Puyol's just going to stay there and just man everything. And this guy, to be fair, his work rate isn't as bad as Ronaldinho's because Ronaldinho will not track back at times. But this guy will definitely track back and he'll put his body in the right position. He'll be, intelligent enough to be in the right place. But this guy is responsible for the greatest assist ever seen. Do you know who it is? The greatest assist ever, by the way.
Him from Real Madrid.
And he assisted Brazilian Ronaldo, I think, for a tap-in, or was it Raul? He is someone for Real Madrid. I think it might have been Brazilian Ronaldo.
I know the player. He's like blonde. I've got the assistant. I've got the assistant. Yeah, good. Yeah, I had the assistant. I had the back heel.
Yep. So if anybody hasn't seen that,
incredible.
Stop listening to this right now. Open up YouTube and search Guti back heel assist. He is the only player in that position who would have actually seen, well, A, seen it look back in a position, and B, not shot because the guy is literally one-on-one with the goalkeeper with nobody around, and he back heels the ball back to the striker so he has a tap in. He doesn't even have to beat the goalkeeper because the goalkeeper's come out to Guti. Like, to have that intelligence, I don't think anybody else in world football, in the history of football, who's ever played the game, Nobody ever would have seen that. Now, I'm not saying he's the best midfielder ever, because he wasn't. But I need intelligence alongside, like, positional intelligence and awareness alongside Ronaldinho, because Ronaldinho at times will just try and rainbow flick it over people for the crack.
Solid shout. So, I'll get my last attacker.
Yeah, you get to pick 2 forwards before I even get to pick 1, but it's fine.
Got me a cheeky Diego Maradona.
Casual.
What else do I have to say?
Your work rate up front is horrendous, by the way. Brazilian Ronaldo's not tracking back.
Do I need him? I've got Busquets in midfield. I've got Paolo Maldini, Rolls Royce.
Well, you definitely, I mean, you've got 2 people there, but I've got Guti, Ronaldinho, and a striker coming up with 3-on-2 situations every time we attack.
Well, I'd like to see Guti try that back heel assist against Maldini.
Oh, easily.
Maldini will just wipe him out. Nah, Busquets has got the intelligence to see wherever.
Okay, Maldini wipes him out, gets sent off. I'm now literally 3-on-1 against just Busquets.
Nah, it's 5-a-side, no goals.
And one of them 3 is Ronaldinho.
Maradona will force your centre off to get Puyol. It will force him to get red carded.
I mean, to be fair, it's going to take some stopping Maradona. But I mean, if anybody has the mentality to stop him, it is Carlos Puyol. You don't even know my striker. I've got Ronaldinho and Guti providing assists in midfield. I've got Puyol at the back, who is just...
Peter Crouch ain't going to score you any goals.
Peter Crouch? How did you know? Just going to lift it up in the air, bang, header. Nobody can stop him because you've got no height. I'm not actually going Peter Crouch.
Yeah, I'm expecting that.
I've got a couple in mind since you took... My one striker was going to be Brazilian Ronaldo, but I obviously now can't go Brazilian Ronaldo. I need somebody who can play a little bit, and it's the peak version, obviously. Fernando Torres at Liverpool.
Oh,
that guy
yes.
in 5.
Okay, yes.
He can finesse with the inside of his foot. He can power it from halfway line, 5-a-side, obviously. He can dribble past people. He's strong. I mean, he bodied Nemanja Vidic. Like, I feel like his physicality and his technicality gets him ahead of players like Ruud van Nistelrooy might be able to get bullied a little bit by Maldini. I feel like Torres with Guti and Ronaldinho flanking him, unbelievable. And Torres had that instinct whilst in his peak version.
Whenever I think of peak Fernando Torres, I just remember the goal he scored against Hull. Oh my days, incredible.